Thanks for watching our new video with the Piano Solutions workshop. We do restorations here, and of course on our previous videos we share with the technique and some tools that we did. And today I want to share with my fellow technician my view on process of tuning the piano. In restoration, it's a small process, maybe 1% of whole time that we spend on restoration, but it's very intense and actually it's complicated. If I tell you how it's designed, all this process, it shows you very simple, just image. Like on the piano, we got a pin block, actually the laminated piece of wood, and we press the pins like cylinders that string attach, and we, by rotation, by moving the pin in the wood under certain tension, of course, we just like not trying, we actually do it. We put the sound on a certain pitch, how it's designed for this particular string. And we do it by using tuning hammer. It's a tool that you just like hook it on the tip of the tuning pin, and then you'll be able to rotate it. It's a big leverage, and that's what it is. It looks like it's simple. I'm going to concentrate on several aspects. First of all, the ears. It means that involved because you have to listen what you're doing, right? That's a very important part. And then another thing, you actually have to bring the pin to the certain position, and that's another aspect. You're working with a tool, with a tuning hammer, with your wrist, and just like using all this structure of your body that involve wrist, elbows, and shoulders, and of course the whole body working here. That's another aspect, and actually another aspect of the tool, which tool you use, because it's similar. Like if you use like scissors and they're not good, you'll not be able to cut good, right? Or screwdriver, like sometimes in the piano industry, you notice that they damage the screws by using not a proper screwdriver, right? The same thing happen in the process of tuning the piano. Let's do it like gradually, starting from ears, right? What I noticed that basically all the people they got good ears, just slightly, maybe a little bit better, and just by certain training, they definitely can achieve this goal, that they can notice any changes in the sound and be okay with this. There are another group of people that by some reason they call them in the music industry with a perfect pitch, right? The perfect pitch is just basically its ability of the people to identify sound to the certain scale, to the certain note. They can recognize it and tell you exactly. You can then check it, and it's going to be right. But this gift get nothing with the tuning. More than it, this gift is not led them to be good tuners, unfortunately. Some people even quit tuning because they experience some uncomfortable feel. Because don't forget that piano tuners dealing with a sound that out of tune. It means you experience uncomfortable feel. You have to deal with this, and that's we understand. You can develop your hearing on the high frequencies and the low frequencies pretty fast. That's why everybody can get this. Then another thing, you need to use this certain tool. And the tool is actually critical for tuning. The tool makers, through all these years, they try to design different tools, like with this one, right? And expandable. You can change the ratio. They create angle between the tip and the handle, like very old one, or maybe some uh, maybe amateur guy did it. You see, just straight angle like this, right? And when you use different angles, you create the different, um, they call it vector of force, I mean direction of force. This is very important to bring your tool to the certain angle. And like like this one too, right? It's a different angle. You can measure this angles by using protracts, right? And now it's not a matter that I tell you what's the best angle. It just only when I started to learn tuning, and it was oral tuning. It was in 1972. I was already certified like a tuner, and the great technician at that time, we always discussed the matter of angle. And it was a certain problem. Angle and the hardness of the tip, it was a big issue because sometimes you bite the pin, create damage, or working with a certain angle, you make a damage on a pin block or make it uncomfortable for you to work. Sometimes it's touch maybe the bars, like on a Blutner is a unique, nice, beautiful casting, and you need a special tool not to damage. But anyway, that time the best engineers I remember and tool makers, they made certain design, and they order these tools. At that time it was a limited amount. They made it on a military factory that produce high level rifles and guns. And I want to show you this tool. It's been done already 40 years ago. Uh, uh, it was consensus with the technicians and the engineers to build this tool. And through all these over 50 years that I'm working, nobody even can beat this tuning hammer. It's a unique design. This tip, done from the gun steel, it means for 40 years of work, it's not nowhere. Of course, the professional technicians supposed to get this tool. Otherwise, they make a damage on your piano. That's very important aspect. But the most important aspect is actually how you work with this tool. That's the most complicated thing. I can prove it. It takes years to be able to bring the pin, this pin, to the position that it's related to the sound. Very complicated. It took me probably, I don't know, 10 years or more. In order to get a real high level sensitivity, I experienced it probably after 30 years. What it means, the high level of sensitivity, it means you can feel who worked before you. Is it the person professional or not? You feel the position of the pin. Actually, of course, there is the certain skills that apply to process of tuning, but people are supposed to understand that besides your skills, the reason why we technicians or other people like me enable to put the or tune the piano, it means put the pin in a certain position, because we got a unique feature of the wood that the wood, without even rotating the pin, able to keep pin in a position in a certain different positions. That's we're able to do this fine tuning by affecting the wood, the tension inside the wood. And that's what the critical, it's almost impossible to teach or explain it, right? We can test if the person not professional, not by just checking how he tuned the piano, but what damage he did on the piano or in the process. And the most just critical thing is what's happened lately, because you notice that we got our technology just really just get on a high level in any aspect of our culture. But in the piano industry, we got a really sophisticated, like whatever, like cyber tuners, right? Tuning devices that really just give you uh, nice, just like visualize the actual position of the pin. And a lot of technicians, of course, the young guys, it helps them because he probably already feel that he can tune it because it's the circle on the screen show you that it's stop and that's it. But like I told you, that's not the most important part in the process tuning. It's actually it's nothing compare that how you're going to bring it. And the people with less experience, they damage the piano. They somehow able to do it, but leave a big damage on the pins. Of course, for the people with a long experience, like for let's say for me, or some friends of mine who've been like 35 years, 40 years in a business. It's of course definitely a really nice tool. It supplements them because they already achieved this goal. But what's happening in industry, a lot of young people from the music, of course, industry, they going to tuning. And yeah, that's what the problem, that they need the years and years of practicing. Of course, you might ask the question, but how it's happened? Just like somebody have to damage the pianos. Yes, it's true. Like in my case, I work for the company. It was a rental company, and they got the pianos that they sell or the pianos that go for restoration. And before it was, they let me work on these pianos. Of course, I damaged a lot of pianos, but in my case, I kind of did it on the pianos that eventually they are ready for restoration. But in a real life, it's very complicated. Like let's say to train the people in a piano shop, what they're gonna damage the new pianos, or they go to tune it somewhere, they definitely damage the pianos. And that's what I'd like to share with you, that we understand what it means oral tuning and tuning with an electronic device. It's nothing wrong with electronic device. It's the problem that technician damaged the piano when he got no experience, when his hand not set up for this intricate work. And of course, another thing is probably um, we can talk, of course, about this. It's called inharmonicity, or how the sound reflects from acoustic of the space. Um, unfortunately, for people with devices, they cannot control it because device they don't understand how the piano react in a different environment. Only human ear can adapt And definitely, I probably, since I'm oral tuner, uh, I can adapt to different spaces. It means I can tune probably a little bit different in this concert hall or in a small room on a different piano. They try to create some electronic, they call it curve, like for different pianos, Yamaha, Steinway or Bösendorf, but that's basically, it's very primitive and not accurate. Actual oral tuning is the most like desirable way to do the piano. And if the technician experience, he definitely bring the piano to a really nice sound. Another thing, of course, in a tuner is supposed to, of course, hear the quality of the sound. And people who practice and who start with the cyber tuners, some of them really honest guys. They telling that tuning music instrument like pianos by the tuning scope, they say all the pianos the same for them. It means this electronic device doesn't tell you that it's a good piano or it's a poor piano. It means that's a basically difference. And yeah, I'm just want to just share with you this concept, and it's going to be just for a general public. It's going to be really understandable. They understand what's going on in the market, and for the technicians, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with the electronic devices. Just they're supposed to develop a very high level of sensitivity. uh, when I talk about sensitivity, you might ask me, how are you going to test this sensitivity? There is a test. I can share with you this test. Of course, I can show you on the piano, but generally for people who are in industry, they don't need it. I just explain you. Like the level of sensitivity when you feel who work before you, or means you feel how they fix the pin in a position. Let's say I can make a test. I can tune octave, right? It's 12. I mean 12 unisons, 36 strings. I tune all of them like it's supposed to be, fix the strings, and then couple pins I put a little bit in a different position, right? It's the same tune, but they're going to be not fixed with the tension. And then if the technician find these two pins, then we can say that he got ability to sense the position of the pins. That will be great test. But generally, no, it's up to companies, of course, like who create the piano tuners. The major creator of the piano tuners, young guys, of course, it's a Piano Technician Guild, and but School of Technology, they of course created much slower. They just give them like 2 years sometimes experience, and that's good enough, of course, for and especially kids now talented, it's going to be really good technicians. But that's basically my just this video for you to understand what it is all about: tuning by scope, perfect pitch, like generally what skills you need to tune the piano. But I have to admit that everybody, if there's hard working people, they can be a piano tuners. And I wish all the best to people who want to be, who want to get to these very just like important and unique skills. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.